Hi, welcome to Love Tide Tarot and One Love, One Light. I'm not sure which channel I'm going to post this to. We'll see what theme kind of comes out. We're just going to see what the Holy Spirit wants to bring forth today. This is going to be a collective message. Whichever channel I post it to, I'll collaborate with the other one, and then I will do all signs. I'll do specific signs, a small message for each zodiac sign on the other channel. So I'll try to post those kind of at the same time so you can catch the collective message on one channel and the zodiac signs on the other. So we'll see how that works out. I try to just go with the flow with what Spirit wants to bring forth. So let's go ahead and just do a quick shuffle of each of the decks. We have the this is the Indigo Angels, and then the Psychic Tarot Oracle. Then we have the Z108 and the Angel Numbers deck. So I did shuffle quite a bit. I just want to do one on camera, just to make everybody comfortable. How you all doing? The energy is crazy. And I feel like we are just kind of closing out the old story. Everything is, it's about like stepping into the new, but I feel like it's not about completely like letting go of everything from the old. Like it's about like looking at what are you still bringing with you from the old, or not necessarily looking at as the old and the new, but what's coming with you, I guess I would say. But we'll see what comes out, you know. All right, Holy Spirit, archangels. I have Archangel Michael with all this blue. I'm getting Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Sandalphon. What messages do you have for the collective? Thank you so much. And we have Manifest. So there's definitely been this energy of like trying to make certain things happen. The whole thing is that with the energies of the collective, with the energies that are playing out in astrology, I don't necessarily know that we know what we're preparing for. We obviously know that we've been going through a lot of things that are preparing us for something. So it's like you may be manifesting, but it may not show up exactly as what you have been working for or been praying for. What your rituals might be changing, because it's like things are going to play out differently than what you expect. It doesn't mean that it's going to be bad. It's just going to be different. So things are going to show up a little bit different, more curated toward what they need to be for how things are going to play out in I want to say in the new world, in the new earth, but it also can be shaped toward helping close out things for the way that things are now, and set up things for the way things are going to be, if that makes sense. It may not. That's just what's coming through. What else do we have? Shielding. So I'm getting kind of two things. I know in the book it means something else, but I'm kind of getting like there's protection, but then there's also shielding. So it's about what are you open to, and what are you like, in order to receive, you have to be open to things, but there's also a need to protect yourself. That's not exactly the meaning in the book, but that's what I'm getting here. What else do we have? We have believe in yourself. Yeah, so some people, there's definitely like this feeling like you have this purpose. There's something that you know you have to do. This purpose or this mission, or it doesn't even have to be, well, I think everything is spiritual, but you may feel like a certain thing that you have to do. You were designed for this, but it could be so far as something you have to let go of, or it could be something that is particularly significant in the collective. It could be something big in your job. Maybe it's something public facing, or something that you know is going to be very impactful. And it's like, really, why do I have to do this? Or is, you know, like, do I have what it takes? And it's like, just trust that if the divine picked you for it, you were designed for it, and you need to believe in yourself just like the divine believes in you. Like God already knows that you were built for this. God already selected you because this is what your destiny is. Let's get another one. We have asked for a sign. It just depends on how you were raised and what beliefs you have held on to, what beliefs you have maybe reshaped or grown out of or let go of. But you know, some of us may have grown into where you don't test God. But to me, you know, I'm always asking for God and the angels to show themselves to me, because you know, when you go through tough times where you might feel alone or you might feel weak, and you need that reassurance. Maybe you need something to feel more strong, to not feel alone, or you need confirmation on what you're being asked to do, or you want to feel more belief in yourself. Ask for a sign so that you can get that confirmation. Let's just get one more here. And we have learned something new. So yeah, I feel like there's actually, I feel like there's a lot to learn. I do feel like there's a lot of mass awakening right now. And, you know, the collective is the collective if you're talking about global, universal awakening. But so that means that the collective is changing. You know, the collective is the collective. But if you have a lot of new awakening, it's changing the dynamic. But then when you think of as generations come, so, you know, we've had like indigo children and crystal children and rainbow children, all these things that like they bring this new dynamic. You know, because of certain divine timing, certain things meant to be introduced to the collective. So it's kind of interesting to see what new things come into collective consciousness. So you could have somebody that has been so-called awakened for 60 years and been contributing so much to the spiritual community, but that doesn't mean that somebody that is newly awakened isn't going to bring something that's going to blow everybody's mind. And just the dynamic of the collective consciousness is changing. And I also feel like, you know, everyone has their own path. So my personal opinion is that because we're always going, we're always expanding, we're always open to learning things, and like kind of for this time frame, my set of beliefs is this, and it's malleable, and it doesn't say that you can't stand on what you believe, but it's like you're open to expanding certain areas and healing certain areas because of being open to learning new things and expanding new things. It's actually how I have deepened my relationship with God. And I feel like because of everything that's going on in the world, understand that this is spiritual war happening for sure. So to me, yes, be open to learning new things, and definitely be asking for protection and maintaining that protection, but deepening that relationship with God. That's what I'm getting. At the bottom of the deck, we have expression here, and she looks very nervous and afraid to express, but I feel like you're going to see new expression. You're going to see a lot of nervousness because there is so many people awakening, and they're going to feel I would say like almost like babies in the spiritual community, but so excited. So that is a beautiful thing. And I feel like whether you're new to the community or not, there is something to learn from each other. And I feel like they're gonna feel intimidated and so forth, and there's a need to welcome them and also to be open to their perspective and not feel, I don't know, I just feel like there's something for them to teach people that have been in the community longer, that like there's a humbleness that needs to be had, because the longer that you have been awakened, the more that you know nothing, is what I'm getting here. Wow. Anyways. All right, let's see. Let's get some of these. Now, these may clarify these. Maybe they won't. Let's just see what comes through. Holy Spirit, thanks so much. Bring forth the messages. Thank you so much. What else do we have? And we have the Devil card with temptation. So yeah, I feel like at this time, like I said, it's spiritual warfare. I feel like you know, again, depending on what you believe, it's like, I feel like the devil is like making his really like, I hate to call it Hail Mary push, but like really going to be using religion and the spiritual community to try to take as many souls as he can, to bring the vibration down, to try to gain the earth, all the like darker entities, lower vibrational entities. If we're talking about like kind of the splitting of timelines, the new earth versus, it just depends on what you believe. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of as above, so below. There is spiritual war going on as above, and it's going to be happening so below. And so again, with spiritual awakening, you have to also understand that there's going to be people that are coming into new gifts, and there is just even more possibility for people to be enlightened, but also like coming into spiritual gifts and going this direction, like dark, right? And trying to manifest things and using it in a dark way, who have not, you know, done the work. And that's okay, because everything is on earth is about duality, right? So it's okay, because also there is the other end of that, the light. So I mean, it's not a surprise. Like everything balances in the universe. So as much as there is so much like say malefic energy in even in astrology right now, there is benefic, if that makes sense. All right, so what else do we have? What is the current energy that you want to talk about, Holy Spirit? Thank you so much. Yeah, and we have the Seven of Wands. So it says stand your ground. So that is definitely Spirit talking here about the fact that even if it seems like these energies are so big against you, it's like you're going to have the higher ground. You are backed by Spirit, by God, and the angels. You stand up for what you believe in because your power is higher, because you have the higher power behind you. You have the power of the divine behind you. And it has shielding here. It's like the light, like we know that the light wins. That's what I'm getting here. Like, you know how this plays out. You know that the light wins. That's what I'm getting here. What is the challenge here? The challenge is believing in yourself and recognizing that if God believes in you and God knows how this plays out, yeah, it's like the solar plexus chakra. That is the challenge. And so if, you know, working on yourself and understanding that whatever has taken away this self-esteem, this self-confidence, the things that in the past have basically created this lie within yourself that you're not worthy, that that you're not valuable, or that you're not strong enough, it's all a lie. It's all a lie that is, you know, told to you by unhealed parts of your shadow. All right, so what is the advice here? And we have the Nine of Swords, suffering in silence. So what I'm getting here with this is like calming the mind and asking for that confirmation. Not allowing yourself to try to think that you are responsible for figuring out the way, the how on anything. If you are feeling like you have a certain purpose, a certain job, or a certain path that needs to be taken, you're being pulled to take, and you don't understand how that's possible. How are you going to make that happen? Ask for a sign. Don't keep yourself up all night stressing, worried. How do I make this happen? Putting it in God's hands. However you manifest, however you pray. I pray. And it's about faith, right? Like the Nine of Swords is about letting go of stress and worry and thinking that you're the one that's in control, or trying to have control, because you're not. That is how I believe at this time. Like, I know that I'm ever evolving in my own beliefs, and being open to that, like open to expanding my beliefs, open to allowing my beliefs to be challenged. And it's not that I don't have something to believe in, but it's like I'm building, I'm learning things, I'm like, I haven't just gone through one dark night of the soul. I'm constantly going through healing and learning about myself, and going way back, and like healing things that I thought were already healed, and expanding why was this like this. And yeah, it's an ongoing thing. It's a lifelong soul healing journey. What is the outcome here? And we have the Two of Wands, the waiting game. So I feel like this is the choice. This is the choice. This is an ongoing thing. It's about choosing to make a difference, choosing to peel away from the old way of things. That's what I'm getting here. And the bottom of the deck is the Hierophant here. So yeah, this could be about what parts, you know, you have this learn something new, but there are parts of your beliefs that you may take with you that still serve you, or may be part of your foundation and may serve you for some time. I feel like they are going to be challenged during this time. There is going to, you know, there are things that are going to be used as part of traditional religion that are going to be used to get to people that are going through awakenings, or not. Maybe they're not going through an awakening, and there are things. So I feel like it's just imperative to be focused on your personal relationship with God, because they are going to use humans, people, to take people's souls down the wrong road, in the name of a certain religion or a certain person. So that's what I feel. That's what I've seen, had visions of. And so I would say not of a particular person or pastor or anything like that. I just feel like to be safe is focusing on your deepening your relationship with God, so that you know truly that you can trust what God puts on your heart as discernment. You can have your faith in God and not so much on a particular person, being a go-between between you and God, if that makes sense. But that, even me, like, you don't have to listen to me. It's about what your relationship is with the divine. Let's use this Z108 to clarify. So tell us more about this Devil card being here. This is definitely like a collective, like how we are managing these collective energies. Because I definitely feel like it's very confusing. I feel like there is a lot of like psyop stuff going on. I'm not on social media, but I mean, I'm on YouTube, but like, I don't know, I'm very selective. That doesn't mean that I'm not susceptible to psyop crap, but it's like, I feel like we have to be very discerning and understand that there definitely is something about like what do these people want me to feel every time you watch a video. So you know, be very mindful of the fact that there is certain things that the powers that be want you to feel after you watch something. Okay, tell us more about this temptation here. Okay, we have the map here. It says exploration, find your way, locate, unknown destination, new territory, lay of the land, plan, prepare, chart a course, read the signs, figure it out, directions, new perspective. So I feel like this is about like this way of trying to, because it shows him saying temptation, and it's like, look over here, right? So yeah, I feel like there's something about trying to change your perspective, or and it's saying read the signs. So yes, it might be about map, it might be about trying to have you look somewhere else, or you know, it could have something to do with direction, but I feel like this is about your perspective, or trying to steal your perspective or tempt you away from what you are focused on. Let's see what else. And we have convertible. So we have a car and a map. So that we have many options, free will. So they definitely tempting you out of your free will. Adjacent possibilities, choices, flexible, adaptable. Yeah, I feel like there's something about like something about conning you out of choices, or making you think you are free. Enjoyment, two-face, going with the wind, alternatives and preferences. There's something about kind of making you think that you are free, or something of this nature. Like, look over here and while something else is going on over here. All right, what is this? Tell us more about this stand your ground, the Seven of Wands. And we have the Knight here, and it says confident, heroic, messenger, fearless, assertive, passionate, fighting spirit, preserving, chivalry, honor, determined, obeying orders, brave, daring, strong, champion of a cause, stand your ground. So yeah, standing up for what you believe in, being able to be assertive, fighting spirit, obviously not promoting any kind of violence or anything, any kind of putting yourself in harm's way, harm's way, however you say it. It says champion of a cause. So being very much believing in yourself, being very focused on your cause, I would say would be being very focused on your connection to the divine and not fighting for somebody else's cause, like making sure it's your cause. That would be my advice, but you don't have to take it, obviously. What else? It says heroic here, so I was like, don't be anybody's hero but your own is what I would say. Okay, we have coin toss, choices. See, choices keep coming up here. Either or, be fair, considering pros and cons, fate, equal, two sides to every story, butterfly effect, either way, 50-50 chance, unpredictable, can't decide, and take a chance. So, ooh, yeah, you don't want to leave things a 50-50 chance. Like being very focused on being able to discern, being very tight with your relationship with God. That is my advice. I can't say it enough here. Let's see about this challenge, the solar plexus chakra. Tell us more about this solar plexus chakra. And we have the flag. Achievement, recognition. So we did have this expression here, and believe in yourself. Overthrow, success, victory, winner, conquest, mastery, bragging rights, carry the day, plans are coming to fruition, king of the mountain. So there may be something where you're having to be like in the spotlight, and that is a challenge for you. Maybe you just feel like you don't have that belief in yourself. And yeah, this feels very, very, I don't know, this definitely aligns. So this is all in the challenge position. Tell me more. Thank you so much. Tell me more. And we have ballet shoes, stamina, endurance, talent, repetition, effort required, on your toes, honing a skill, laser focus, poise and grace, tread lightly, balancing act, pursuit of art, and expertise. So, you know, when it has learned something new, ask for a sign, I would be like, you know, really making sure that it is something that you are like, does it make sense? God, give me a sign. Angels, give me a sign. Is this what I'm supposed to do? Like, you know, obviously I would never be asked to go be a ballerina. Is it serve a purpose? Is that make sense for me? You know, am I already an expert? Is it going to serve a higher purpose? Like, what is the purpose? And is it going to better my life? Is it going to be a contributor to the collective at this time with this, whatever's going on in the world? Like, is it going to serve the higher good? I don't know. Like, whatever questions you need answered, that's what you need to focus on. All right, what about the suffering and silence as the advice here? Asking for a sign and suffering in silence, that Nine of Swords energy, just overthinking and anxiety about it. And we have the rainbow, wish granted, serendipity, blessing, patience pays off, abundance, hope, good luck, patience, promise, godsend, creation, manifesting wealth, prosperity, perfect timing. So it says ask for a sign. So, I mean, it might be that you see a rainbow when you're saying ask for a sign, but I feel like this is saying like, I feel like this is like, there's a purpose. It's fulfilling. It's so God can fill a promise in your life. And we have this manifestation, and like, I feel like it has a purpose. And it says manifesting wealth. I don't know. And we have this serendipity here. I feel like it's not something, whatever this is. Let's get one more. Okay. Scuba diver, going within, observation, 0 point. So 0 point is like the fool, like taking a leap of faith. Self-examination, exploring the unconscious mind, in the void, desire to know, self-reflection, disconnecting, deep thoughts, subliminal. So yeah, I feel like this is about faith. It's about, no, you're not going to have reassurance. Sometimes you're not going to know. You're not going to have certainty. You're not going, that's where your faith is built the most, is that you're not going to have certainty. You're not going to know necessarily that, you're going to know that you're spiritually protected, but maybe you're not fully physically protected. Whatever the case is that we don't have 100% certainty. That is part of living in the 3D, right? We know that we are protected spiritually. We know that we are protected emotionally, or you know, there's certain risks always involved with whatever this is. This could even be about, you know, taking a leap in a relationship, taking a leap on, you know, like accepting a job somewhere where we have never lived before or even went to before. Maybe accepting it without, you know, blindly, without having been to the location, or meeting the people, accepting it like online or over the phone. It could be anything like that. It does it connect with you spiritually? Are you like meditating on it, or just going with your gut? Like, this is, I feel like I gotta take this shot, whatever it is. This is like, sometimes you just have to check in with, you know, check deep down. Does it feel right? Maybe it doesn't feel quite right, but you're like, I gotta try. You know, I'm not gonna get this opportunity again. It's up to, you know, it's up to you. Like, do you feel like the risk is worth it? Tell me more about this Two of Wands as the outcome here. You know, not everybody believes that they have like a purpose on, you know, in this life. And I have to say that not everybody probably does have a purpose. And some people, like, maybe this go around, if they believe in reincarnation, this lifetime, they just want to kick it. They just want to have, you know, a life where they have no responsibilities and they just experience things, and they just want to float and do whatever. And why would that not be a possibility? All right, tell me more about the waiting game here. And we have the Two of Swords, it says here, but it is a decision. Rings, contracts, agreements, bonds, strong connection, unions, partner, counterparts, lovers, telepathy, like-minded people, committed partner, engaged, interconnected. So definitely could be, you know, talking about a partner, obviously, or a new job, a new contract. This could be soul contracts. What else do we have here? Let's see, getting engaged, something you're connected to. This could be a new soul tribe, a new location, a promotion, a new apartment, house, or not, ending one, right? Or the decision to end one. Dear John, rejection, cold hard truth, breaking up. Maybe this is also like you feel like this is coming, like someone could be, you feel like someone is about to break up with you. It could be anything here. Set boundaries, divorce, strained situation. It's not you, it's me, the end, final word, cutting cords, something's not working. Yeah, that's why with the something's not working, you might be getting this feeling that something's gonna end, or like, you know, almost like you're coming up to a curve in the road and it's like you're really feeling like, I do not know what's coming around the bend. Like you just feel that something is, and it might not even be like good or bad. You just feel like everything's gonna, I feel like everything's gonna be different around the bend, and I just don't know what, like what's gonna happen. And that can be very disarming, like especially if you are, you know, very spiritual. Maybe you're a reader, maybe you have other ways of like divination, and you're used to being able to at least somewhat gauge, you know, a plan for next 3 months or next 3 years, who knows, and you're just like not able to see around the bend, and that is very new to you or something. But with the way the astrology is, and I think just the way of the world, I feel like they are messing with time. Time is a big thing right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if you are experiencing that. Maybe not everybody is. So that can be very, you know, like have you feeling off center. So I feel like Spirit, the angels are really asking you to be in the moment and be more in like not worry be focused on being in balance and being present. And it's like that's gonna be your best not so much defense but preparation for anything that can come up, or your best preparation for anything that can come around the bend. Maybe nobody's going to be fully prepared, you know, but you can have your best chance at preparation. The bottom of the deck is crew, in sync, esprit de corps, working together as a unit, team, leadership, co-create, pooling assets, camaraderie, gung-ho, forming alliances, partnership and team effort, heart and home. We are in Cancer season here. So, you know, so this, I feel like they're kind of talking about like, yeah, this might all be looking at preparations and like who is in your personal space or kind of in your world. Who do you have around you? Who is in your kind of sphere, and maybe who shouldn't be, who should be added. Maybe that is kind of what we should be looking at. That's my best guess here. Just kind of looking at the cards as far as like, maybe it's not looking like, if we're looking at the global here, but then bringing it into your, like your personal little sphere, and kind of gauging at like, you know, certain things are not aligning and maybe they should kind of go, or you know, it could be anything. It could be one little thing that's kind of abrasive in your situation, that kind of makes things out of alignment, you know, that you could allow to fall to the wayside. Maybe it's not a person, obviously. Maybe it's, you know, a certain, you know, whatever, an expense or whatever it is, that could be draining you. Maybe it's a hobby or something, a responsibility that just isn't helping things, or is out of alignment. Let's go ahead and get a few of these angel numbers to close this out. I hope you can hear okay. I did get a microphone, but I haven't figured out how to use it yet. So I hope you can hear well. If not, turn it up as best you can. Thank you so much, Holy Spirit. What angel numbers do you have as advice to close this out? We have 433, angels oversee, ask for help. You may have been feeling lost as to which direction to go in life lately. Your angels acknowledge this and ask you to put your faith in them. Write down the decisions you've been putting off. Then ask your angels for divine guidance about how to proceed. Draw another card while asking for insight into your next steps. We will do that. Thank you so much. What else? 433. We have 855. Love abundantly, donate your time. This is a call to action. The love you have in your heart can be shared with those around you. Where can you demonstrate love to someone who doesn't feel any? Your guides want you to donate some time today to a person or an organization that would benefit from the abundance of love you have in your heart. Sign up for a local beach cleanup, reach out to an elderly neighbor, or offer to babysit for someone. Any loving action counts. I agree. Love is the best course of action, always. Well, I don't know. Can't say that's always. I believe so, but until I see otherwise. 7-11, persistence. Reap the rewards of your efforts. You've been working very hard toward your goals, but at some point you have to take all you've done and benefit from it. Your angels ask you to honor your growth, reflect on something you've been working on for a long time, and think about how far you've come. Really give yourself some credit for lessons learned, tasks accomplished, and fears faced. Give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah. All right, and the bottom of the deck, 3, 4, 5. Baby steps. Little by little, it will get done. The overwhelm you feel is not unnoticed by your angels. They ask you to reconfigure your perspective, and instead of focusing on the big picture, look at the immediate next step. Organize your thoughts on paper now and write down what your baby steps will be in the forthcoming days. So those are the messages that came through. I hope they help you in some way. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please, please, please subscribe. And remember, the universe has your back, and so do I. Take care.